Good morning, beautiful people. Whenever this message, whatever time of the day it is for you when this message reaches you. Good afternoon, good evening. So I wanted to come on here and talk to y'all today about male-centered women. And I'm going to be really transparent here because I had no idea. I'm 37 years old. I had no idea that this was a thing, but now it makes sense. It makes so much sense. One thing about being a person that is willing to learn, have an open mindset, and is genuinely out here seeking knowledge and seeking the quality information to apply it or to share it, teach it, whatever. If you're a person that's like that, you're going to start putting the puzzle pieces together when it comes to understanding your past. So I say all this to say that I hung around, on my younger days, I hung around a lot of women, a lot of ladies that were male-centered, and I'm like, oh, this is why you switch up every time a dude come around. And I'm like, I always wondered to myself, like, how did I attract women like this? And I know people be like, you attract what you are. But that's not always necessarily true. You attract not what you are, you attract what shaped you when you were younger. So I can't be a narcissist if I'm attracting narcissists. Narcissists don't attract narcissists. This is what happens when it comes to narcissists. I know I'm kind of going off topic, but when you see two narcissists together, it's because the one done stayed with this narcissist and they're converted. Because even there's a scripture in the Bible that says, make no friends with no angry man lest you take his ways. And this goes to women too. If a woman is narcissistic and she's with a man I know it's two terms, narcissistic and narcissism. Now, human nature, we all have a bit of narcissistic ways. We human. But when you see it demonstrated in relationships, and you see people that say they've been with their narcissist for 5 years and they can't seem to get away from them, they're still dealing with them, they're converting into them. You become what you surround yourself with, is all I'm saying, right? So that's the only way that you will become a narcissistic. Now, if you don't lead them, heal, you'll turn into them. That's what happens. You get what you was chasing, and then you wake up and realize it ain't what you wanted. But I kind of lost my train of thought. But back to what I was saying. This was what I'm saying. Male-centered women. I did not know I was around so many of them. I'm just blown away about the stuff that I'm learning. So let me give you an example of a male-centered woman. If you're around women that when y'all friends come around, if they homeboys or her boyfriend or whatever, any male figure comes around and their whole personality switches into something else, like they start throwing a little slick shade or saying jokes that are picking on you, but they say, oh, I'm just playing, I'm just being funny. But they start doing that around around the man. They're male-centered. They are male-centered. Let me tell you another way. is when, one way is when their personalities switch up whenever a man come around. The other way you'll know is if that woman is insecure. If she's insecure and she doesn't validate herself, she lacks confidence, she is male-centered, she wants the male gaze, and she will compete and compare with you, and you don't even know that she competing and comparing with you. You genuinely, wholeheartedly think you have a friend, a homegirl, a bestie, and the whole time she gonna be talking back behind your back to the man because she's seeking validation. She's seeking his approval. She wants to distract his mind. That's another way. So if women that are insecure, they want a man's approval. They want their validation. And it made so much sense to me. I'm taking my time on this because everything plays back in your mind. It makes so much sense to me why dudes would come up to me, and one dude had said, "You are really nice. You are really kind." And I'm like, okay, what you mean? Because he thought I'm putting on a facade. This was years ago. But he thought I was putting on some facade or something, but I don't know. I was just being me. I don't know if I was being nice, kind, whatever. I was just being who I am and who I was at that time, who I still am. But he was like, "Why do you hang with this girl? I'm going to tell you something, and don't go back and tell her," because he was a performer in the club. So he had told me, like, she was just saying really bad things about me. And I'm like, damn, I would have never thought that. And even if I did think it, I would throw that thought away so fast. To think that you, the person that I'm with, you is around me. We ain't beefing. We ain't going through nothing, but you take it upon yourself to go talk bad about me to some dude that we both barely even know. So I'm like, cool. So, but I didn't know back then that was her being male-centered. I didn't know that was her insecurities. Because if my friend is dealing with, if I consider somebody to be my friend and they're dealing with a dude that they introduced me to, I'm not going to go behind my friend back and tell this dude that she just introduced me to anything bad about her. I'm not going to do that. I never understood why women do that. But now I'm understanding. Oh, your importance. And then you got to be careful, because I said in my last video, these women be having kids and they be male-centered. So they leave their kids home. When that man call, that man can have so much control over that. The man could be in prison, y'all. The man could be in prison, but if she is male-centered, she gonna wrap her whole life around that man in that while he in prison. Lord have mercy. I done seen it done. I'm like, we at the club. This is my younger days now. We at the club. You sit here in a car crying, and this man got so much control, and he behind bars. I'm trying to figure out who in prison, you or him. Cause look like y'all both in there. You talking about you gotta go home. You gotta go home. It's 12:30. Cause the man told you to go home. Not cause the man, you say cause your kids. Your kids wanted you home. You should have been home anyway cause you had kids. But who was I? Shoot, I was out with her. But it's in our younger days now. I ain't had no kids. I ain't had kids since I was 26 years old. But it's so amazing how everything will start floating up to the top and making sense. So you can know, this is when wisdom come in, to peep out. You got to learn, because if you don't learn, you're going to keep attracting these same people. So I no longer attract male. They come to me because I'm a trainer, right? Because I'm a coach. I don't like to say trainer. They come to me. I can recognize them now. Since I've done experienced them, put a name on it, I understand. I done went through it, right? Now this is when wisdom come in. Now I meet you. You talking. We having interactions. I'm being around you for a minute, watching you, because I observe the people that I allow around me. You're not around me if I'm not observing how you move and how you talking and what you doing. You're not around me if I'm not observing. I'm observing you. I got to know. It's only right. You got to protect your energy. So therefore, since I know now, I don't let women like that get close to me. You can tell by the way they talk, the way they move. You can tell. You can tell now. That's why I love learning. Because now it eases my mind. It gives you clarity. Be like, okay, now you know how to move. Now you learning how to maneuver and navigate through life. When them darts start darting, people start throwing their little comments and shade, because when you got a vision and you plan on going one way and you becoming a line, yeah, you gonna have people coming from this side, people coming from that side to move you, because they want to see you out of line, intentionally or unintentionally. However, they coming. Just know they coming. That's why you got to be on point and never stop learning. Because I could attract myself to these women, the ones that are male-centered. You can easily attract. They have great personalities. They can. They be great people. But it can be really snakes. They can be real snakes. And you know what I learned? A lot of them don't have great relationships with their parents, with their mom. They never had that connection. So they don't know how to create meaningful relationship. Understand that your mom is the first woman that you have a relationship with. And that sets the foundation for every other woman that comes into your life. So if that wasn't no good foundation, you know as a woman that you need to do some work. You need to go see therapy, or you need to get some kind of help. Because you finna go around here and you gonna have a negative outlook about women because of your experiences if you don't catch it early, head on. You're gonna even have it in your relationships. You're gonna be thinking your man, just by him having a casual conversation, that he cheating, or he want this woman, or he want this lady. It's a big mess. So you got to make sure that you on top of that. I done made it to my destination. I know this video was everywhere, but I just be liking to tell y'all what be on my mind and what I'm learning and what I have observed and what I'm understanding. Above all, get understanding. So now I know how to move, and now I can share with you. You know, look out for these things. Look out when a person switch up when males come around them. Look out when a woman do that. Oof, on me. Some hair. My hair, because it was so short. Look out for that. Because you got to protect your time, your energy, your mind, your heart. Protect you. And if you really love you, and you really looking out for you, you really got to make sure you don't have people that really don't mean you no good around you. Because they coming with an agenda. You're going to be like, boy, I ain't see this coming. But I'm here to let you know, see it coming. Because they coming. Yeah, they is. I'm 37 years old now. I'm being transparent in this video. I know some of y'all probably knew this already. I ain't know it. I'm just getting helped on. I love my mama. I don't care what she did, how she did when we was growing up. I forgive her. Because I forgive. Ain't no need of holding no grudges, because I know how that feel, what it do to you in the inside, in your mind and your heart. It lets you go out there and play the same game they playing. You turning into them. And Become them. Birds of a feather flock together. Make no friends with no angry man lest you take his ways. When I say man, I'm talking about mankind. So that's when it go both ways, women and men. But y'all have a wonderful, beautiful, blessed day. I hate to cut this short, but I'm still going to post it just like it because it's raw and real. All right, let me get to work. Y'all have a wonderful, beautiful, blessed day.